Hello everybody, this is Rita Offen speaking, and it's the 9th of October, and we're speaking from the UK. It's 10 to 7 in the evening UK time, and this is Tom Williams' stock pick session for this week. So we've been looking at the S&P 500 index, and Tom has got various things to tell you about the action of the market at the moment and how this applies to our picking of stocks this week.
Thank you, Rita. Yes. Now, I can't emphasize the importance of this index because this is the S&P 500 cash market. This is where the equity lies. This is where the strength of the market lies. This is professionals here that are embedded in trading in this cash market are also very interested in the futures and underlying stock and all the rest of it. And although we've made a selection the last few weeks, some of them, at least what we're trying to find, or what you're trying to find, is a stock that's resisting the general down move for this index. And that means that you're looking at the fundamentals opinion from the big trading houses and what they've learned from their investigators about these various stocks, because they're all under close scrutiny all the time, and they'll find out things you've never dreamt that was even there. But we're not interested in all that. We want to know whether they think the stock is good enough to hold it up. Now, of course, it will move up and down. All these stocks, even the stock acting strong with the index, will fall because the stocks are being actively traded on the New York Stock Exchange every day by specialists, and they're out to make money. They know the position of the supply and demand. They know where all the stops are, and they're also very clever at human psychology. They know what disrupts you, what puts fear into you, or what puts hope into you. And but now we can see this index is falling. Now we can't really see a good reason at the top of the market why this market's falling like this. It's just a general reaction of the market. Look, it's been falling for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Note the red downtrending system is in play, working, which is good. All the time those bars are red, it means it's trending down. If you see a blue up bar, it'd be probably on no demand, telling you that the downtrend is still in place. Now, the idea of the selection is if you pick a stock that's resisting a down move, when the bottom of this move by the index occurs and it turns around, you'll see that those stocks are the best to be in. They're the ones that are going to jump up further and faster than the others. And for the simple reason is that those are the ones that professional money seem to like. We've got 2 that are resisting the down move, even with this market as it is. Apparently, you can see there's a lower trend line on this chart, and that's very, very likely to be hit. Apparently, next week, the American government's either going to shut up or get going. It's happened before, apparently, but I personally don't look into all that news. I try to get the information I need from the chart. And it looks as if this could easily go down to that trend line at the bottom. And when it hits that, then you still expect some accumulation to occur. But stocks resisting this down move are the ones you should be looking for. There's some obvious ones that have been very weak on the way down. They've got up thrust and all sorts of things. Signs of weakness. You may like to look at that. But we're really emphasizing on stocks that you should have on your watch list for up moves. Okay? Now, what's the first stock we got to show them, Rita?
Boeing.
Boeing, there we are. Now Boeing, we all know Boeing company is a great company. It's a very powerful, strong company. They've had a bit of trouble with fires in their batteries on these new aircraft. There was one in Heathrow which has mysteriously been hushed up. I know it was at Heathrow because we were here when it happened. This Boeing burst into flames again from the battery area, and there was a little bit of publicity about it, then it all went quiet. So they obviously don't want you to know too much about that, but they're determined the fundamentals must be good, because look how it's resisted this down move. It's obviously falling a little bit, but it's certainly not falling as rapidly as the index. That means fundamentally they think Boeing is strong, and Boeing then is a sort of stock you need to watch for when the index decides to turn. Okay? What's the next one, Rita?
Bristol Myers.
Bristol Myers. Now here's another stock that's obviously acting much, much stronger than the index. As a matter of fact, it's been going up, look. And yet, what we do when we pick these stocks, we're looking at are they acting stronger than the index, like this one is, definitely. But we can't see any obvious signs of weakness. That's what will put the dampener on these stocks, and we can't see that. And as you know, the main sign of weakness that's going to stop a stock going up is high or ultra high volume and up bar in the background, and we can't see that at all. Now the professional money that trade this, what they do, they trade in harmony with the index, and they will allow the market to fall and whipsaw around according to their market conditions. But this is definitely a stock acting, resisting the down move in the index. That means fundamental reasons, they must think this is a very, very good stock. And this is the sort you need on your radar list. Okay. Anything else?
So I'm putting the index up again, Tom.
Yeah.
So they want to be watching this mainly, don't they?
The main thing is you need to be watching that index.
Looking for
And it's going to hit, I'll be surprised if it does hit that lower trend line there. And then you need to see stopping volume coming in, high volume on the down bar. Hopefully it's a narrow spread, and then that means that the professional money are decided now's the time to buy the underlying stock and go for an up move. Okay?
Okay, so keep that in mind, and this coming week, watch out for the action of the index, as Tom says, and we'll have another look next week with looking at the action, and we'll be having a good look through the stocks with that new information. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you again next week.